Hey everybody, it's Minty! Yeah, exactly. Me. Again. Talking. Words. Anyway, this video I want to make about the balancing of the game, the gen speeds, the survivors complaining about camping and tunneling, and it's becoming a nuisance actually in the community because I see way too many posting stuff. Oh, this killer tunneled me, he camped me all game. But when you actually see the proof they put out, it's definitely not the case, and it's mostly made by them, forced by them. And yeah, if you like my content, please press like or subscribe as well. You know, it means a lot to me, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's begin, shall we? Let's start with a game that if the killer is committed to one person at the beginning, and what can happen if the survivors are efficient. Like this game, for example. This game, all the gens were done in 2 minutes and 35 seconds from the moment he started chasing me. So at first he took way too long to find somebody, because see, I was over halfway on my gen until he came to me. He didn't find the others before me, and the others were basically done with gens, as you see the two gens popping straight away when he starts to chase. So as he's chasing me, he hit me early. He could have left me, but he probably, you know, in his head he thought, you know what, I can get this guy early. But there's another gen done. My gen, don't forget, is was over halfway, and somebody finished my gen. The problem is, like, if you get a really strong Swift squad, there is like a huge chance that you will lose, no matter how good you are. And if you get randos all solo queuing, and if they're all efficient enough and understanding that gens, because that's the only objective for survivors to do, then you might also lose if you overcommit. For slowdown perks, you need, as a killer, you must bring slowdown perks nowadays, and regression perks. You know, like you just have to. No-ed is kind of a must if you're lower rank and not that experienced as a killer. And survivors can just cleanse totems. There's only 5 totems in the match, and they're really easy to find in most maps. Apart from indoor maps, it's a bit harder, but if you bring Detective's Hunch, Small Game, etc., you will find them, or a map. That's it. Myself and my friends that play with me most of the times, we all play both sides. We are highly experienced on both sides, killer and survivor, and we understand the game. We understand how each side feels, and you know, we can't complain. No ads and stuff on tunneling, camping, because you know it happens. It has to happen. The killer needs to get some pressure. You know, he needs to. And like this, the demo, yeah, he was overcommitted, so the game ended. But you know, if we would have left straight away, we would have depipped. But since we don't care, we felt bad for the demo, so we basically farmed ourselves. And you know, we done some challenges. So this Bubba here, for example, he's doing quite alright for the most part of the beginning with that gen. He was kind of overprotecting it, and he doesn't have any regression perks. So, but he's still protecting gens, you know. But he's not committing to chases enough. He does for a bit, then, but he's smart. He leaves You know, he tries, but due to gen speeds, even without perks like Prove Thyself, Resilience, etc., it's still too fast. It is way too fast. Like as a killer, I tend to not use too many gen regression perks or slowdown perks. I try to experiment with builds. I kind of like more like perks that will make survivors heal more. You know, like put some sloppy butcher. You know, the thanatophobia to regress gens because they're injured, but they must heal. So also bring like dying light. I like Blood Echo, for example, on Legion. Blood Echo is very good. If you get a few hits, you know, with his power at the start, then you hook someone, then they all get exhausted. I and yeah, but at times I still feel like, you know, I should have brought pop. I should have brought that. You know, like sorry. That's what I feel like most games, you know, as a killer. And as a survivor, I get really bored. I get really bored. It's way too simple, way too easy. They must add some objectives, like maybe add like a start game objective. Like you have the end game collapse with a timer or something, but obviously no timer. I'm just saying like make survivors do something at the start before they're allowed to do gens. Maybe put them in like say for example, if you want to do a gen, you have to be chased for like 10 or 12 seconds before you can start a gen, or maybe put like a button sequence. You know, like you come to a gen, you have to do a button sequence code thing, you know, to maybe enter, or like to pull a switch somewhere on the map to activate that gen to be used. Something, you know, something more fun, something more interactive, and that way, you know, it will make the game a bit slower, last longer, you know, and for weaker killers with less mobility and less experience, it would give them a bit of a chance, you know, make it a bit more fun for them because they wouldn't be losing the game too quickly, you know. Even if they lose, they would still probably be having fun. Well, that's what I think. For example, survivors have a lot of also crutch perks. Like you have decisive strike. Obviously, survivor mains who used to abuse it all the time, you know, get unhooked and then do a gen in the killer's face, you know, and then still have DS activated, and then they'll still say, "Ha, he tunneled me." Like the words tunnel and camp are abused by survivor mains who don't play as killer, so they have no idea why this is happening. But most of the time, the tunneling and camping happens because survivors make it happen. Like if a killer is about to hook someone, they pick him up and they see that there's a survivor nearby. So they know there's one here ready for a save. So as they hook, say they have barbecue, and they see one or only two people from a distance on a gen. So he knows somebody's here or in a locker, but they may have seen him as they were carrying. So he has no reason to leave the hook. But what would the survivor mains say to the killer post game? Camper. And say for example you try to get the person that unhooked, and you try to hit him, but the person that got unhooked has borrowed time and he's body blocking you. You have every right as killer to tunnel him. Every right. Because they are literally saying to you, "Please, sir, tunnel me out the game." Which then leads to them reacting aggressively and saying, "Oh, you tunneled me." You know, like, yes, but you wanted to. You got unhooked. I'm not aiming for you. Go for the hook. Go away. Go to safety. You know, go away. And that's where Decisive Strike's still an anti-tunneling perk. Well, yeah, I'm just blabbing now. Anywho, I'm still trying to figure out ways of how can we think of to balance the game more, you know, make it even. It's been such a long time, and we're still wondering, you know, like me and my friends are still wondering how it can happen. How can behavior do this? Obviously, they need to listen to community and the Fog Whisperers more, because they have a huge understanding of both sides. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and yeah, let's discuss. And I will catch you guys another time. See you later. Take care and stay safe.